And welcome to the Metal Queens podcast, the show that celebrates the fiercest female voices in rock and metal. I'm your host, Steve Richards. Thanks for joining us today, where we're heading to Albuquerque, New Mexico, to meet the powerhouse front woman of Project BC, Masheyti Romero. With their explosive new EP, the third Project BC continues to blaze a trail for Indigenous metal, combining crushing riffs with deep cultural spirit and unapologetic energy. So let's dive into the sound, the story, the soul of Masheyti Romero and Project BC. Welcome to the Metal Queens podcast.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you here. So, how did Project BC come together and what inspired the band's name?
So, Project BC is actually something that me and Santino because we were friends before we started Project BC. We were in another band. And at the time, I was like, I don't have a lot of creative freedom. Is there like something that you could help me with? Maybe, and he's like, well, let me write you some songs. Let me see like how it's gonna go. Um, so he wrote three songs. And at the time, our other guitarist, Jalen, they were just kind of like acquaintances. Um, and then he was like, well, let's invite him over. Let's get him some like solos and stuff. And then it just went from there. We just found the other members. It took a really long time. Like that started in like 2014, and we didn't find like the complete members to play an actual show until 2019. So it took a while.
Yeah, really.
Um, it did. It did a really long time. But we're happy with the lineup that we have now. And yeah,
What's the chemistry like with these guys now?
amazing.
Hmm.
It's so awesome. Like since we've all kind of been friends for like a really long time, it really helped us to kind of be able to weather life on the road. Because life on the road itself is just like hard in general, just because, you're far away from your family, you're far away from like your friends and stuff like that, like your other friends and your basic like routine that you do every day. So being with them, it's like being with your family on the road. And I think that really helped that we were all friends before we really even started touring together.
And being with the family 24/7, of course, when you're on the
Yeah.
road, pretty much.
Yeah.
I was reading,
Yeah.
Machete, you had said that Project BC represents more than just music. It's about resilience and connection, too. What does that mean to you personally as a native artist?
I think for me, like being able to make music and create something that has been, I guess you can say it's been like discouraged,
Mm.
essentially. Um, because I'm a Native American woman, for me, it's kind of like they have to take more on of a traditional kind of like way of life. Um, and so it was heavily discouraged to kind of not get into the heavy metal scene. Um, by my family, my elders, and that's something that as Native Americans, like we take really seriously. Like when our elders are telling us like, hey, you need to, focus on traditions and do this, you know, a different way. Um, but just being able to kind of overcome that stigma. And now, like, my family supports me and things like that. And it really helps to be able to push our voice out there, especially because a lot of people tend to forget that, like, we are still here. We are still existing. We are still creating and making music. And a lot of that is um, just really nice to put out into the world, to have people see that and hear that. So, yeah.
You just mentioned to me before we started recording here, you're in North Dakota right now. So if you're out at a restaurant, let's say in North Dakota, and you start talking to someone and you tell them you're in a band, how would you describe the Project BC sound to that person who's never heard the band before?
Ooh, I think for that one, honestly, when people ask us stuff like that, we always just say metal.
Mm,
Like we have so many different like influences and subgenres. Like it's hard to actually pinpoint exactly the type of music that we make if you were to get as far as subgenres. So we normally just say like, oh, we just make metal, just regular metal, like, and there was like a point in time where we had to like say like what bands that we sounded like, and we were all having like the hardest time trying to figure out. We were like, we thought about this so many times. We knew this question was coming up. We knew it was happening. And so eventually we settled on Avatar, Lamb of God, and Lacuna Coil.
okay,
Like
yeah, I could
mix
see that
together.
a little bit, but you're right. It's really hard listening to you guys, listening to your music, listening to this new EP, The Third. I really couldn't pinpoint it. I'm like, oh, this sounds like something, but I don't know
Yeah.
exactly who. But yeah, now you mentioned those three. Yeah, I hear that. But it is a lot of different subgenres. And that leads me to my next question with your vocal style. Tell us about the metal and cultural influences that shaped your vocal style and the songwriting too. I mean, who inspired you growing up?
I got a lot of my inspiration from like vocal style wise, Elisa White Gloves,
Mm.
White Glues.
Yeah.
Like I, she was in a band called The Tempest. That was the agonist before it was the agonist.
Mm.
And I heard them on a Century Media sampler, like way back in the day. And I was like, I want to sing like that. And at the time, I was already learning how to scream. This was like when I was like 14, like something like that. Um, and I would sing songs like Kitty, All That Remains, Kill Switch Engage.
Yeah.
You know, I would just like sing those type of songs. But then I heard that. I heard her, and she wasn't just singing one type of register in her screaming vocals. It was like, it was like, I think is, I think you pronounce it Phil Labonte,
Yes.
but the
You
singer
got it.
for All That
Yeah,
Remains.
you got it. Yep.
Like, yeah, his was all over the place. It was high, it was low, it was
Hmm.
all over. And I heard her doing that, and I was like, I want to do that. Like, I want to be able to do that. I want to go high, I want to go low, I want to go mid, I want to like whatever. And so I spent a lot of time practicing their songs and like trying how to get that style. And then eventually it like morphed into my own. And then when it came to like my singing voice, it's Christina Scabbia, like 100%. Like like she is like near and dear to my heart. I've seen them so many times, and seeing them live and seeing them and like hearing them like their studio albums, it's like exact. And that's I was like, yes, okay. I love the kind of tone, the deeper tone, like everything of it. And so luckily, lo and behold, my singing voice is in the same kind of tone, like same kind of register, like a little bit lower. And so that was nice.
Yeah.
It was a nice surprise.
Well, congratulations on this new EP, The Third. God of Everything is a standout track on this EP. What's the inspiration story behind that song?
So God of Everything is really about like people that think they control everything and everyone. Um, like just that really narcissistic person. And I know everybody's had that in their life
Hmm.
where they dealt with like a boss where they were like I know everything. I control your career. I control your future. I can control like everything. And that song was really made for all those people that have that bottled up emotion where it's just kind of like you think you know better than me, but in reality you don't. Like you're just faking it. Like like all of it is just a front that you're putting on. And for me, it was like a nice release to kind of get all of that out. Um, and it means a lot that people kind of like resonate with that. Um, because it's just like a common thing to deal with a narcissist that just like thinks they know everything. So yeah.
The lyrics across the new EP, they have this haunting spiritual kind of depth to them. First of all, is the writing a true collaboration in this band? Are you the main songwriter? And do you draw from personal experience as well?
So the writing, like the actual music style of it, that's all the guys. Like they all do like the instruments part.
Hmm.
Vocals wise, that's like mostly me, except for Of Soil and Cedar. Of Soil and Cedar, Jalen wrote the lyrics to that song. He wrote the chorus of how he wanted it to go. And then he was like, okay, for the verses and the rest of it, you can come up with the rest of it. Um, so I kind of went with what I felt like the song was about and what I felt like would add to it, I guess. Um, but the rest of it, no, it was mostly pretty much me that was coming up with the vocal styles, the melodies, the lyrics, except for In God of Everything. Santino actually helped write a little bit of the verse lyrics because I got stuck after I wrote the chorus and like all of the like all the rest of it. But he there was like a verse that needed to get done and I was like, I have no idea. And he just came in, he's like, let's this is what it's about. I know exactly what to put in there. And yeah, he had his own little feeling about narcissism too.
You have been out on the road for the third tour, part two. You've got some more dates coming up in December. What's the plan for touring in 2026?
So in 2026, we want to go further than we have before. We want to go longer than we've had before. And for the past couple years, we've just been kind of like testing the waters, like trying to figure out, okay, like what can we take? Like what's gonna work for us as a band? Um, like what kind of rhythm does it have to be? You know, because there's like a whole rhythm, it's like a whole life of touring. It's it's got like its own homeostasis essentially. It's got these like little things that need to be fulfilled before you guys are able to kind of like exist like in a nice like even state. But um next year we definitely want to try pushing that a little bit further. We want to go further. We want to go longer and just see where it takes us from there.
You have more new music coming next year too?
Yeah. So before we leave, because our next tour, well, December we have, but our next longer tour is supposed to be May to June. And before then we want to have at least two singles out. which they're already in the works. They're already pretty much almost done. The guys are learning their parts, adding their little things in, and then we just record it. And luckily for us, we have like our little in-house recorder because Santino records all of our music. So that's really, really helpful. Um, but yeah, we're hoping to get those two singles out before we leave in May.
All right, so a couple more singles coming, and then a tour starting next May and June. When I ask you about res metal, it's gaining more recognition worldwide. How do you see indigenous metal evolving over the next few years?
I see it just exploding.
Mm.
I see it exploding. The res metal movement itself, I've seen it evolve. I've seen the musicians evolve, and they're just like excited. Like they just want to push forward. They want to go as far as they can too. And a lot of them are starting to really change the idea of what it started out as. They want to change it into something like where it's evolving into we don't want to play just at home, we want to go other places. And so we have like other bands that are asking us, you know, advice and stuff on like how do we do this? How did you guys do this? And that sort of thing. And that collaborative effort between everybody, I feel like is just gonna push it and it's just gonna explode. Like in a good way. Like implode, but like explode and just grow into something amazing.
What's the best thing about performing live?
Meeting everybody, meeting everybody and like getting everybody's energy and seeing people like enjoy our music and just really feel it and seeing people like sing our songs back to us. Like that's like something else.
That's the
That's a
ultimate,
whole
isn't it?
different
Isn't that the greatest? It's
right.
got to be.
It was the first time that happened, it was like, what? Like this is the most amazing feeling ever. And just seeing everybody just enjoy themselves and know like, hey, we're doing that. We're adding something positive into this whole existence. It's really nice. It's a great feeling.
And when you perform a song live for the first time and they all know the words, it's been released for a while, like a new single, like you're going to release two new singles next year before you hit the road, and then you perform it live. Do you think about all the work when you get a reaction like that that went into that song in the studio?
Sometimes it's just like oh, thank God. Like thank God like people like this, they're actually listening to it and everything that we went through because like I said, we're lucky that we have an in-house recorder.
Yeah.
Like that's amazing. But it's still hard just in general. And even all of that, like trying to figure out how we want it to sound, like what we want it to be, like the solos, like all of that. It's nice that people enjoy it after all of that hard work. It's like you guys are actually listening to it. That's so cool.
I think I know the answer to this question, but if you could collaborate with any artist, metal or otherwise, who would it be and why?
Who do you think it'd be? Let's hear
Christina
your idea
Scavia?
first.
Christina Scavia?
Yes, definitely. Definitely she is one of them. For sure, for sure. Her and Avatar.
Mm,
I love Avatar. Like, if there was any point in time where I shared the stage with Avatar, I feel like I would just perish. Just
mm.
like, like, oh, there is nothing else that I could achieve greater than this.
What is your, when you're on the road, what's your favorite tour snack? What's your guilty pleasure food?
Fruit.
Fruit?
I like when I'm on the road, like I have a really strict diet of no added sugar. Because sugar like makes my allergies get really, really bad.
Mm,
Um, just like in general, like I'll start sneezing, my nose will be draining. It's like a whole like yeah. We figured that out like several years ago. But so when I'm on the road, I'm on like a really strict diet of no added sugar. I can't have spicy food because just in general, I don't really eat spicy food, but yeah, I can't have that because I don't want acid reflux.
yeah. So you got to be really careful.
Yeah. So I eat a lot of fruit and I my guilty food is strawberries. Like I will just love strawberries on the road. It's amazing.
But it's healthy, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had like a more crazy answer for you. I mean, I wish I could say hot Funyuns because that is my regular food, like my regular guilty food. Like I don't even eat spicy food at all because I can't stomach it. But for some reason, hot Funyuns, I love them. Like I can eat like a whole bag,
Yeah. That's
but
the
I can't
problem
eat
with
them on
Funyuns.
tour.
That's the problem with
Right?
Funyuns. You will eat a whole bag.
Yeah. But I can't eat them on tour. So they just like taunt me in the grocery store.
Well, she is Masheyti Romero, Project BC, carrying the torch for Indigenous metal with raw power and fierce purpose, too. Be sure to stream their latest EP, The Third. It's great. It's available everywhere now. They've got a couple more singles coming next year, some tour dates in December, and tour dates again next May through June. So catch them live on the third tour, part two, coming to a city near you and beyond, hopefully, and more tour dates next summer as well. So follow them, follow Project BC for updates on social and exclusive content as well. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I
Uh,
appreciate it.
Thanks. This has been great. And this has been the Metal Queens podcast. Like it, share it, subscribe it, write a review. Thanks for watching. I'm Steve Richards, and we'll talk to you again next time.